The Mariners being down a bunch early, but trying to get back into the game. But when you consider the Oakland A's and that bullpen, it was one of the keys of the game. You have to have a lead, at least when you get past 7 innings, because the A's this year have not lost when they've had a lead after 7, and we saw a reason why last night, some power arms out in their pen.
And I still can't believe they took Minaya out of the game, but that's a discussion for another time. Let's take a look at the standings here, the Jet closing standings. There you go, the Astros, just a 2-game lead over the Athletics. The Mariners hanging in 2, and then look at the wild card.
Well, you can see why it's so important for the Mariners to try to win this series, which they can still do, even though they lost last night. They have Paxton on the mound tonight. Get this win, come back with a day game tomorrow, win a couple of games, and go back home for a nice homestand.
All right, for those of you keeping score at home, at 1:55 Pacific, Robbie Cano bounded onto the bus. Hello, hello, hello! He's back. We're thrilled.
We are. I had a chance to talk to him today. He's so excited, big smile on his face, thrilled to just be back playing baseball. I think this is a nice first step for him. We're going to see him at first base tonight, hitting second. So a couple of things that we're not used to seeing, but it's great to have him back.
This will be really something. He's got a brand new glove, and take a look at the impact Cano has had on this ball club.
Yeah, it's really made a difference for them. You look at the runs per game, 4.7 with Robbie in the lineup, 4 without him. And then, of course, runners in scoring position, OPS almost 100. It was actually more than 100 points more with Robbie in the lineup. He makes such a difference for everybody. He takes pressure off of guys. He will work at bats, give them a better idea of what's going on. It's great to have him back in the lineup.
As Angie mentioned, so many headlines coming into this game, and now we get to the pitching part of it. James Paxton, 16 Ks against these Athletics back in May. A career best that goes against Mike Fiers, a guy the Mariners beat pretty handily earlier against when he was with Detroit.
And for Paxton, you mentioned the 16 strikeouts for James. He has struggled a little bit in his last 2 outings with his mechanics, but overall against the Athletics, you can see a 3-0 record, a 3.32 ERA. Look for his fastball at 95 in the first inning. If you're seeing that, typically that is a good sign. Then he'll go to his slider and curveball. But again, struggled in his last 2 outings. Hopefully he's been able to iron that out.
Fiers in his second start now since coming over from Detroit. What do the Mariners have to do against him?
He's not overpowering at all. His fastball at 89 miles an hour, has a cutter and a split. He will throw a split at any time. The Mariners are aware of that. I talked to Edgar Martinez today. He said they're going to try to get his 4-seam fastball down in the zone. He will pitch at the top of the zone looking for weak contact with his fastball and his cutter. So look for the ball down in the zone early in the ball game.
Give you an idea how excited his teammates are. It's about 6 or 7 Mariners watching Robinson Cano and his reintroductory news conference today. They're happy to have him back, and I know you are back in Seattle. It's the Mariners, and the Athletics' first pitch is straight ahead.
Swing and a miss. Strike 3. Paxton has done it! It's a no-hitter on his native soil!
Turned out to be a nice day here in Oakland, and Mariner fans making their way into the Coliseum for Game 2 of a 3-game set. It's the Mariners and the Athletics as playoffs on everybody's mind, with Robinson Cano coming back as we welcome you to Mariners baseball. Dave Sims, Mike Blowers, Root Sports Crew. It was cloudy here at about 2 o'clock. The skies have opened up, a lot of blue in the last hour or two. Good pitching matchups. Let's take a look at a Mariner batting order that will face Mike Fiers.
Mariners starting lineup brought to you by Jack in the Box. Mitch Haniger going to lead things off. He has been a hot hitter in the leadoff spot. 3 for 5 last night with a couple of RBIs. Welcome back, Robinson Cano, hitting second in the lineup. Not third, but second today. 39 games, hitting .287 with 4 home runs. D. Gordon was a scratch yesterday, back in the lineup. He will round out the 9 for the Mariners. Or Mike Fiers, again, average fastball at 89 miles an hour. Splitter cutter to go with it. 22 starts this year, a 7-6 record, 3.4 ERA, and 124 and a third, 95 strikeouts. He's given up 21 home runs this year.
And here we go. Mike Fiers' first pitch to Mitch Haniger. He's in there for strike one. Home plate umpire James Hoy. Quinn Wolcott at first. Sean Baker at second. Gary Cedarstrom, the crew chief. He's at third. 64 degrees here in Oakland. Mariners 7-6 losers last night. Came back against a very good bullpen as Mitch Haniger continues to hammer it out. As a leadoff man, he's now 13 for 23. And the Mariners, they've got a 4-1 record with him in a leadoff spot. And he's at second base with a leadoff double. Beautifully done.
And it's been a lot of extra base hits. Had 5 doubles in Houston and another double right here. Right down the left field line. He's been aggressive on the fastball. It's been a big key for him, and maybe hitting in the leadoff spot is one of the reasons why. He also had a double in last night's ball game. Go with his 3 hits.
7 doubles, 6 games as the leadoff man. My goodness. And tell you what, Mike, none of them cheap. All of them have been hit hard. As Robbie hears it from the fans, he said, I'm not going to pay attention to that. I'm here now. Happy to be back. Happy to be with this team and help them get to the playoffs. I know I can't play in the playoffs, but whatever it takes, I'm here for them. It's a good bat to have in the lineup.
Yes, and through it all, you forget that he ended up breaking his hand. That's why he has that extra padding on his right hand. And you're right, I had a chance to talk to him for a few minutes today. Just excited to be back. Big smile on his face.
First action since May 13th at Detroit. It was a 5-4 loss by the Mariners. Up the middle. That'll advance the runner. Here's Simeon taking his time, throws him out. Runner at third, 1 down. Productive out for Cano.
Defense for the A's. Ramon Laureano, talented young center fielder for the A's. We showed the play that he made the other day, doubling off a runner at first base. Mark Canha, who was in center field last night, will get the start at first base, and the veteran Jonathan Lucroy will do the catching.
Here's Gene Segura. What a night he had last night. 4 for 5 in the Mariners 7-6 loss. And an infield hit in the first inning. He got robbed by the third baseman Chapman. Then a hard hit base hit to left, an RBI single to left, and another infield hit.
Interesting that the A's have their infield in here in the first inning.
And how about where the shortstop is in closer than the third baseman Chapman at Simeon?
Chapman playing back a little bit, but he has a plus arm at third. Haniger runs well. But typically early in the ball game, you try to stay away from the big inning, but I think for Bob Melvin, he knows that Paxton's on the mound. He remembers the 16 strikeouts, so he's trying to keep him from scoring at all. And there you go, the ground ball right to the second baseman.
Lowry throws out Segura, so now 2 outs, runner at third. And that'll bring up Nelson Cruz. He was 1 for 3 with an RBI last night. A's have won 3 consecutive games. Mariners, as you know, coming off an outstanding series. A 4-game sweep at Houston. First 4-game sweep ever against that ball club. 1, 4, 5, 6 of the last 9.
It's been a common theme as we show you what all these guys have done on the current road trip, and everybody's swinging the bat extremely well, including Nelson Cruz. The A's have the shift on. So Lowry over on the left side of the infield, straight up in the outfield for Nelson.
He's got service. Glad to have Robbie back. Be interesting how the day-to-day goes as we come down the stretch here and where Robbie will be used. As Nelly looks to pitch down low. He's 3 for 12 career against Mike Fiers.
Myers has been hot lately in his last 8 starts, a 1.93 ERA for him.
Foul back.
Pitched well in his last outing against the Dodgers for the A's, 5 1/3, just 1 earned run.
Here's the 1-1. 2 balls, 1 strike. Denard Span is on deck. Nelly had a chance last night in the 9th inning. Complemental board struck out on a 1-2 pitch to end the ball game as the Mariners sent 8 men to the plate in the 9th inning. 2-1 pitch.
One of the other things with Fire, as I mentioned, that Edgar was talking about his fastball and trying to get it down in the zone. Typically his fastball, opposing hitters will hit it in the air, some weak contact, but he will also throw his split at any time.
3-1 pitch. Broken bat pop up coming in. Piscotty coming on in a hurry, can't get it. Base hit for Cruz. Haniger scores. 1-0 Mariners.
That was such a close play. Right off the end of the bat. Yeah, all the outfielders playing deep as you would expect with Nelson hitting. And a great effort by Piscotty and Wright.
RBI for Nelly, his 77th.
It was ruled a no catch right away, and you can see it bounce up into his glove.
Batting in the 5th position.
Sean Barber, the second base umpire, had a real good look at it.
Another RBI for Nelson.
So he moves ahead of Giancarlo Stanton, right behind Haniger. Haniger's 5th, Nelly's 6th in the league. Here's Span, pinch hit last night, walked and scored a run. This will be his 60th game with the Mariners, hitting at .307. Hit it sharply, but right to Lowry. Throws over to Kenna. That'll do it. The Mariners get a run on 2 hits. No errors. Leave a man. 1-0 lead with the A's coming to bat. Got the Mariners off to a good start, a double, and the Mariners were able to get him home in the Cruz RBI, and he's #1 in the American League with 10 outfield assists. Right now, let's take a look at the batting order for the Athletics.
We're going to try to slow the A's down. They've been a hot team. 6 extra base hits in last night's game. Marcus Semien going to lead things off. He has 12 stolen bases. That leads the team. Matt Chapman in last night's game, 3 doubles for him, hitting second. And Jed Lowry is really having a great year. 4 RBIs in last night's game. And for James Paxton, upper 90s fastball, slider, curve. 10-5 record, a 3.63 ERA, in 139 innings. He has 175 strikeouts. Opponents hitting .222 against James.
This will be his 8th start against the Athletics, and here we go. First pitch strike to Semien. I know you're going to be looking at the MPH here in the first inning. Usually a very good indicator.
Yeah, 94-95 in the first inning is a pretty good sign for James. First fastball was at 92, that one at 93. Last couple of outings, a little bit of a struggle for him with his mechanics. Trying to find his breaking ball against Toronto. We went 7 innings, 3 earned runs, so he pitched well. Had to throw 105 pitches in that outing. His last outing against Houston, 5 2/3, where he gave up 4 runs.
He battled. He really did.
He really did. He battled.
Won 2 of his last 3. 3.20 ERA in those games. So 94, so starting to climb. 2-2 to Semien, who went 1 for 4 yesterday. 3 for 12 career against Paxton. Well hit, left field, staying fair. Gone. Tie ball game at 1-1. 10th home run for Semien. That's his 11th career home run against the Mariners in his 26th RBI. Second career home run against Paxton.
And another extra base hit for the A's. Again, 6 extra base hits last night. For Semien, his 10th home run on the year. He turns around a fastball. Set up inside, ended up right in the middle of the plate. So James missing his location, and he barrels it up.
Brings up third baseman Matt Chapman. Looks at ball 1. In a blank, we got a tie ball game. Chapman 3 for 5, 2 runs knocked in last night.
Good fastball on the corner at 95 miles an hour.
Not a bad night. He had 3 doubles. Caught him between right there. He did go.
Good curveball. It's a knuckle curveball that he will throw. Also use a slider. His slider around 89 miles an hour. Typically with 2 strikes, he will throw it at the back foot of the right-handed hitter.
Swing and a miss. Zunino's on it. Goes to Robbie. First time Robbie making a play at first base for the Mariners. 1 out.
And the defense for the Mariners. Cameron Maben will be in center field. D. Gordon again a late scratch yesterday. And a shoulder issue. Said he feels good today, but he's back at second base. And Robinson Cano back in the lineup, and he will play first base.
Lowry.
Here's Jed Lowry, another guy. Big game last night. 3 for 5, drove in 4. RBI single, 2-run double. And an RBI double in the 6th. Switch hitter. And Lowry against the Mariners' career 302. He's one of those guys every time, Mike, every time we see these guys, he's in the middle of something.
Against the Mariners, you certainly don't want to pitch to him with runners on base. 4 RBIs last night.
What a race we have here in the West. Houston up by 2 in Oakland, 4.5 on the Mariners. Mariners trying to catch the A's for that second wild card spot. Foul back. Two and 1 here to Lowry with Chris Davis on deck. Ooh, that hit right off of Paxton. This is not good.
No, it's not good at all. Trainers, Scott Service, everybody out of the dugout immediately, and hate to see James walking around like that, but it looked as if it hit his arm. Solid line drive right back at him.
Oh no, geez. Right on the arm.
It looked like it was just below the elbow where he's pointing.
Athletic trainer Matt Toth, and he's coming out. Goodness gracious. What a turn of events.
Fastball away, ends up middle away and lines it right back at him, and he takes it, it's like just below the elbow on the forearm, and he wasn't even going to try to pick the ball up. out of the game immediately. And Felix Hernandez taking his jacket off in the bullpen.
His first career effort coming out of the bullpen. This is not the scenario they envisioned. He had thrown 60 pitches in the bullpen on 2 ups on Sunday, and now Felix, man, the ball club needs him big time right here. 1-1 ball game. Drive off the bat of Jed Lowry knocks James Paxton out of the game. So you turn the page, and who gets the call? The new long man for the Mariners, and it's Felix Hernandez as we check our Beacon Plumbing call to the pen. Felix, as you know, 8-10 record of 5.73 ERA in 23 games, giving up a lot of hard contact. Hadn't really been giving the team a chance to win. It's been a tough go, and it's been a big change in mindset for him, so he's going to get all the time he needs to warm up here. But this is a different role for him now, and the Mariners, and so many times in the past, they really need him, with Paxton out of the game, taken out by a line drive.
Not an ideal situation for him. Typically, if he was going to come in the game again, this would be his first relief appearance. Had to get loose in the bullpen, come into normal circumstances to start an inning, which is what Scott wanted him to do. But now, already a run in the first, a runner at first base now with Lowry. He's going to hit the line drive at Paxton. So different scenario than what they expected for Felix in his first time out of the bullpen. So we'll see how things go for him. He'll get as much time as he needs to get ready. That's the good news. I'm sure also anxious to get back out onto the mound. 399th appearance, first in relief. He's had a great mark against the Athletics, particularly in this building, at a 13-4, 2.88. And they need a big step up here today. Here's another line drive off the arm of James Paxton. It was back on August 16th of 2016. Anderson Simmons, you probably remember, Dave, hit the line drive. That also hurt him. And here's another line drive a couple of years later. Well, we've seen this before. Hopefully he won't miss much time with that. It certainly didn't look good, but hopefully they're able to get care to him right away. Keep the swelling out of that forearm more than anything. But he was certainly in a lot of pain, and again, Felix has as much time as he's going to need to get ready. So not only his first relief appearance, but they're looking to get some innings out of him here. Try to hold this A's team down, which has been a hot team. They've been scoring runs lately.
3-game win streak, and they have been on fire since June 16th. We'll step aside as Felix gets ready in a very big moment here for the Mariners as they make a run for the playoffs. you have not seen before, or something you haven't seen in a while? Well, we've seen this before, Paxton getting drilled, and this couldn't come at a more inopportune time at this stage of the year on August 14th in game number 121.
Just 13 pitches into the game, and obviously in a lot of pain for James. You can see everybody out of the dugout quickly, and it's right to his forearm. Immediately out of the game. They will try to keep the inflammation out of the forearm, so hopefully it's not something that keeps him out for a long period of time. We'll just have to wait and see. Obviously not something that Scott Service and Mel Stottlemyre wanted to see here in the first inning of this game. Another look at it, and the exit velo at, call it 96 miles an hour.
And we just finished talking about how much Jed Lowry has done a number on the Mariners over the years. Here's Chris Davis, and he looks at ball one from Felix.
Well, Felix's first relief appearance. His average fastball this year at 89 miles an hour. Curve, changeup, occasional slider.
He gets Davis here, who's 1 for 18 against him. Big swing and a miss.
Good breaking ball.
Let me put a question to you. Who's writing the script, Mike?
I have no idea.
I'll tell him to send it back.
This is not the way Scott Service had it envisioned here tonight, that's for sure. But
nobody in Mariner Nation had this baby in their sights. Good.
About it though is you have to put it behind you as quickly as possible, move forward. These are important games, obviously, and so although everybody will be thinking about James, you also have to try to go out and win a ball game. And here's an opportunity for Felix.
He won it back in. He can pitch his way into maybe back in the rotation with a good long performance here tonight. He's 1-2 to Davis. Fouled off. If you're just tuning in on an 0-1 pitch, Mitch Haniger leads off with a double to left. After 2 groundouts, a bloop to right, diving attempt by Piscotty comes up empty off the bat of Cruz. They get a run, so it's 1-0. Then Marcus Semien in the home first 2-2 pitch. He homers to left, kept it fair. Strikeout, then the line drive by Lowry off of Paxton. And he's out of the game. Felix Hernandez, his first relief appearance, his big league career.
I've seen a couple of fastballs so far, all of them at 90 miles an hour. Mixed in a slider and a changeup.
Fouled off. Career game number 399 for Felix. First out of the pen. He's thrown 2,626 in a third innings in his 14-year big league career. 2010 Cy Young Award winner. 2 other times you can make a case he should have won. There's breaking ball, hit foul. Let me take that back. Could have won. I want to denigrate the guys who did win. The Greinke beat him 1 year, and Corey Kluber beat him out in another year. Andrew Romine talking to Scott Service. Lowry, the runner at first. Full count.
Pretty good pitch. Fastball just missing the outside corner at 91 miles an hour. See Felix trying to stay down in the zone. That's typical for him, but Chris Davis, 34 home runs on the year. Don't want to give anything up and out over the plate to swing at.
Not at all. 17 home runs in his career against Mariner pitching. Payoff pitch. Keeps the at-bat alive. So Matt Olson's on deck. So I wonder what happened to Mark Canha.
I think probably just the pitching change, Dave. He wasn't in the lineup because Paxton was pitching, and now that you have the right-hander out there, probably just make the switch.
And Felix walks him. First and second. 1 out, a run in, tie ball game.
And also a lot of power for Olson this year.
236, 22, and 56.
Batting to the 5th position and batting for number 20, Mark Canha. Number 28, Matt Olson.
Clement on first pitch. Ball 1. Olsen 2 for 9 against Felix. Down the line, a long way going foul.
Olsen with power to all fields. Mariners aware of that. Felix pitched in relief in the minor leagues 10 different times. The last time, yep, it was quite a while ago in 05 for the Rainiers.
Feels like several lifetimes ago. 1-1 to Olsen. Olsen's been in a big slump. Felix trying to keep him there. Two and one. Felix turned 32 on April 8th. Two balls, 2 strikes. Ideally, how long does Scott want to see him go? Everything being perfect.
Well, I think if he's keeping in the game, he's pitching well. He let him go for 100 pitches. I don't think there's any problem for that. Felix to throw 100 pitches here tonight.
2-2. And hard. Here's D. Gordon. Goes to Segura for 1. Over to Cano. Double play. Needed it. Right on time. So the A's knock Paxton out. They get a run on the homer by Simeon. Leaf 2. It's a 1-1 game. Not a bad thing. Not a bad thing. All right, Angie, thank you very much. Let's see the Mariner offense. A little pick-me-up here. Seager, Zunino, and Maben in the second. Just joining us, James Paxton, a liner off his forearm, his pitching forearm, out of the game. Felix Hernandez out of the bullpen and into the fray. Seager 1 for 4 with an RBI last night.
Pretty good swing at that fastball. Cut fastball trying to get in on his hands. Another thing that Edgar was telling me, he said probably with Kyle and Robinson Cano, Denard Span, the left-handed hitters in the lineup, D. Gordon, he will throw the cutter in on their hands quite a bit. The right-handers, he'll throw it away from them up in the zone.
Shows bunt, ball one. Here's how the A's line up.
Kyle needs one more home run for 20 this year.
Mariners gonna make any noise coming down the stretch. He knows it. Everybody knows it. Needs to get that hot streak and stay hot these last few weeks. There's Scotty going back, running out of room, leaps and makes the catch.
Looks as if Kyle was able to square it up. Line drive. Piscotty catching it just in front of the wall.
The catcher, number 3, Mike Zunino.
Scotty, local kid, Pleasanton, California, formerly with the Cardinals. Brings up Mike Zunino's. Seager, you're going to understand his frustration. Here's Mike Z, 0 for 3 last night, did score a run. He was involved in that 9th inning. Jarius Familia came in and walked the first 3 men that he faced. Healy, Zunino, and Span, they all came around to score.
And there's the high fastball. His average fastball this year is right where you're looking at, 89 miles an hour.
Fourth team in the big leagues for Mike Fiers. As they drive into the gap, that's well struck. Off the fence. Zunino got a hustle. And he's in there. Caught a break. Ball was cut off. And the first baseman covering the bag. Might have had a play, but Lowry cut it off. Double for Mike Z, his 10th.
Good sign to see Mike square the ball up. Solid line drive off the wall in the left center. High leg kick. Get your foot down on time. He's able to do that. Catches it out in front. Laureano with a strong throw. I'm not sure that it was on line. Lowry cuts the ball off, and yep, it looked like Olsen might have had a play.
Mariners will take that break. 1 out double brings up Cameron Maben. 12th game as a Mariner for Cameron, hitting at .256. Maben in center field tonight. Started the game in left field last night, batting in the 2-hole last evening. Goes the other way, foul. Nice effort down there.
Good backhanded play.
Selling out, good job.
High fives from the guys down in the bullpen. Good hustle.
Hey, I feel good about that, Brian DeLunas. Give him some attaboys. They stop by Lucroy. So 1 out Zunino at second. Bloop single by Nelly Cruz puts the Mariners up 1-0. Home run by Simeon ties it in the home first. Breaking ball strikes him out. First K for Mike Fiers. 2 down here in the second inning. They get ready to belt out the lyrics to some of your favorite songs with thousands of fellow Mariner fans at Sing Along Fireworks Night presented by T-Mobile. All takes place Friday after the Mariners host the LA Dodgers at 7:10. For tickets, visit mariners.com. Here's D. Gordon. Pinch hit Sunday, got a base hit, scored a big run. His last start was Saturday in Houston. He went 1 for 4. Gordon scored on the RBI double 10th inning on Sunday to complete the sweep at Houston. In at third is Chapman.
He was a scratch yesterday. Saw him yesterday talking to him about his shoulder, and he was barking a little bit. Today I asked him about it, and he said the one thing he was concerned about was diving with the shoulder, and we see him dive all the time when he's stealing bases and playing defense. So he felt that one more day would help, and told me he's ready to play play another 42 games in a row now. That would take him to the end of the season.
Right to Olsen at first. Zunino left stranded at second in this 1-1 game. Seattle Mariners Baseball on Root Sports is brought to you by your local Ford stores, by the Emerald Queen Casino, presenting The Voice, Paul Rogers, September 29th. Tickets at emeraldqueen.com. By Jet Closing, buy a home. Jet Closing can save you time, money, and stress. Visit jetclosing.com today. And by Safeco Insurance, find a local agent at safeco.com. Do more. Cloudy day, brightened up at 5 o'clock, and it's starting to get cloudy again here in Oakland. So you look at Chad Pinder against Felix Hernandez, who came on in relief in the first inning after James Paxton took a liner off the bat. Jed Lowry got hit on his left forearm, out of the game. Easy play for Henniger.
Well, since 1901, most starts for your first relief appearance, and there is Felix, 398 appearances. Mike Mussina, 498. John Smoltz, Tim Hudson, former A. Jack McDowell, Barry Zito, also another A.
And John Smoltz, of course, in the Hall of Fame. His work as a starter and one of the premier relievers in his time. There's Stephen Biscotti, the right fielder.
For Felix, he threw 15 pitches, 9 strikes in the first inning.
Backhand by Segura. Good play. Strong arm to throw out Piscotty for the second out.
Kyle was trying to get to it out of his range. Good backhanded play by Segura and a strong throw.
Batting in the 8th position and catching.
Well, it's fun to watch him plant and throw, isn't it?
Yeah, and Robbie an opportunity to stretch out there a little bit. There you go.
Robbie's a baseball player. I like it.
Primera Supermo.
Good looking glove he's got.
Yeah. have to say, though, it was a little bit strange seeing the first baseman's glove on his hand. We're so used to that little second baseman's glove all the time, and seeing that first baseman's mitt, a little bit odd, but so far things have gone fine.
We're going to get used to it.
Yep.
We may see him at second. We may see him at third. Give Seager a blow every now and then. Good to have him back. Good to have his bat back in the lineup. This is Jonathan Lucroy, the catcher. Did the crime, did the time. Maben got a pretty good jump. He's there. 1, 2, 3 inning. Nicely done by Felix. Score remains tied at 1. Three here in Oakland, and we'll be back 2 weeks from Thursday. Hey, thanks to Key Bank. All kids 14 and under can have the opportunity of a lifetime by taking a lap around the bases at Safeco Field. Your next chance to do so is Sunday after the Mariners face the Dodgers at 1:10. So get your tickets for the entire family at mariners.com. Mitch Haniger going to lead it off here in the third, followed by Cano and Segura. Yet another double by Mr. Haniger. Hammer and Hanny.
Well, he has been hot. Showed at the start of the game today before he even picked up a hit. There you can see what he's hitting in the leadoff spot, so he'll stay there for a while. 565, I think 471 on the road trip.
13 for 23. Man, oh man.
That was before that last double.
But I was with the last double. 13 for 23. The other thing that you got to like about it, the consistent hard contact in this run.
Well, I think when you look at this club overall, and there's Edgar talking about a lot of the guys and the way it's just worked its way through the lineup one by one. Started with Nelson Cruz getting hot, but just solid contact. Mitch is something, that's something he talks about all the time anyway, is not worrying about the results, just trying to make solid contact. And the month of July, he really played well. That's why he was an all-star, but the month of July slowed down a little bit. The thing that I liked is that he really didn't go outside the strike zone. Had a bunch of walks in the month, even though he wasn't picking up his hits, and now he's hot again.
This one hit the center field. Laureano's right there. When you get a streak like that, you've had streaks like that. I mean, what's it feel like getting up in the morning?
Can't wait to get to the ballpark. You just feel that you're going to square it up, and everything has slowed down for you. You're in a good place. Your balance is right. I mentioned the front foot for him because of the leg kick. It's down on time. Seems like your process, the thinking that you have, is right there.
And do you get to a point where I don't care who's on the mound?
Doesn't matter. Yeah, that's that, because the game has slowed down for you.
Here's Robbie. Grounded out to short. Spent a lot of time working out with his dad. Excited to be back. Jen Mueller asked him, what was it like? Did you get up early? He said, yep, went to sleep earlier than ever. So excited to be able to see my teammates. He said his hand is good. He said after the first 7 weeks didn't feel any pain. He said he did try to watch as many games as he possibly could. It was a little more difficult down in the DR, but he watched as much as possible. He said, got to give the guys a whole lot of credit. They're playing great. He fouled me, that was fouled back. He said, I want to do what I can to help this team to make the playoffs. He did enjoy time with his family and his daughter. And it was great. When he addressed the media, we were in a separate room, the Raiders interview room. Segura, Healy, Romine, Cruz, Mabin, Zanino, and Gordon were all there to support him. In fact, when I walked in, I was walking in with, there's a base hit left field. Good start, Robbie Cano. Just walking in with Andrew Romine. He said, hey, I'm here to support my teammate.
Well, that's great to see, and I know that he certainly appreciated it. And I was down on the field watching him work out at first base. Chance to welcome him back, and he had a big smile on his face, was just excited to be here, and you could tell. And his teammates even around the cage were really excited as he hits a solid line drive into left center. Again, coming into the game, 39 games for him, hitting .287. Nice to get that hit out of the way on a solid line drive into left center.
You know, it's funny. He's coming back with Heredia from the center field where the cages are. Right around the time Scott Service comes out. Here's Segura. About 3:40 for Scott's daily meeting with the media. Scott sits down and he's looking at the backs of all the media because everybody's up on the front step, maybe a little bit outside the dugout. They have their phones out taking photographs and video of Robbie walking in. And Tim Hevley, of course, the head of PR with the Mariners, says, the skipper's ready. They're going to turn 2 here. And that'll do it. Well, it's at least good to see Cano get his first hit on the second stage of his season. 1-1 ball game. Baseball, and already a legend has been created here in Oakland. This is Ramon Laureano. Look at this throw to double up. I believe that's Eric Young Jr. And that's who it was, and they get a double play out of it. What a throw. Acquired from Houston last November. 23-year-old out of the Dominican Republic. He leads off here. Pinch ran last night.
It was one thing to throw the baseball well over 300 feet, but to be that accurate with it,
remarkable.
A strike.
Laureano Simeon and Chapman, 9-1 and 2 here in the third. You're back home in Seattle, just coming home from work and just coming back from the gym. Why is Felix Hernandez on the mound? James Paxton, third man that he faced, Jed Lowry. Lowry smoked the liner off his left forearm, and Pax had to leave the game. Felix, as you know, was sent to the bullpen recently, and now after 398 games in his career, first time coming out of the bullpen, and they need him big time tonight. Laureano just got a piece of that.
Well, he appears to have pretty good stuff tonight. His fastball has been 89 to 91 miles an hour. Seen his slider, a couple of curveballs, and his changeup. 27 pitches, 18 strikes.
Infield straight up for Laureano, 2-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. Felix, first strikeout. A good start for him. Distraction occurs anytime you take your eyes off the road. If you're on the road, off the phone. Let's reach our target zero goal together. Zero traffic deaths in your family, zero traffic deaths in our state. The great Dick Callahan, the PA voice here at Oakland. Last night they had 10,400. A little bit more than that. His sound really bounces off the seats, Mike.
Loud in here. Pretty good speaker system that they have, Dave.
Spent a good buck. Here's Simeon, homered on a 2-2 pitch. Open up the first. You know, it's interesting from where we are in the press box, and I've done football games here, baseball games, but do you hear that? Does the volume affect you as much on the field as it does us here in the mezzanine level?
I don't think you pay attention to it as much. This ball goes out to Segura. Strong throw again for him, but I don't think you hear it as much on the field just because you're not paying attention to it. And for us, we're up here, you know, reading and recording things and all the stuff that we do. For them, they're not paying attention, but yes, it's still loud down there on the field.
Now batting third baseman, 26.
Well, the Raiders generally pack it, so it's not as bad because the sound waves can bounce off the people when they're in the seats, but those seats don't absorb as well. 2 outs. Chapman struck out first time up. Felix looks like he's getting a good rhythm going here. So that last strikeout, Felix broke a tie with Jamie Moyer in all-time strikeouts. Felix now 41st all-time in Ks. Congratulations. Imagine the surge of adrenaline going through his body right now.
That's something that Mel had talked about, and I think it has to be the case when it's something that you're not used to, and then all of a sudden that phone rings and your name is called. Obviously, he's a veteran and he's pitched a lot of baseball games, but this is something different for him. I think by now, though, he's probably settled in.
Good attempt to get that corner miss. 3-1.
EQC Tracer had it on the corner. That was a good pitch.
James Hoy, the home plate umpire tonight, played Chapman straight up in the infield. The pitch. Full count. Felix was just making his way from the dugout to the pen when it happened to Paxton as he walks Chapman here with 2 outs. It's his second walk.
And it was Jed Lowry hitting right-handed that hit the line drive off the forearm of Paxton. Ended up being an infield hit for him.
Lowry has done some damage to Felix. Batting average of .236, but of his 13 hits, 3 of them are home runs. Uh-oh. Deep to right. And that's gone. Two-run shot. Jed Lowry, his 19th homer. 76 RBIs, 4th home run against Felix. 3-1 lead now for the Athletics. Lowry's 11th career homer against the Mariners. 50 RBIs. Boy, that is some unrelenting damage tonight.
Looks like it's going to be a first pitch curveball at 78 miles an hour. Primera Supermo, and he just catches it out in front of the plate. Middle of the plate at the knees. So Felix just trying to steal a strike with the first pitch curveball. Most of the time hitters will take that. They're looking for the fastball early in the count, but not Lowry.
We were talking about that before we went on the air, what he has done.
He had 4 RBIs last night.
Career home run number 100 for Lowry. One and two. Davis was the first man that Felix faced when he came on. Walked on a 3-2 pitch. Felix got ahead of him 0-2. The 3-1 A's. They won last night's game. They held on to win 7-6. Mariners scored 2 in the 8th, 3 in the 9th. Mariners took the lead 1-0 on a Cruz first inning single. Sun hanging up. D. Gordon ranging back. Wow, that's a pretty good range there. 2-run homer by Lowry puts the A's in front 3-1. Run shot. Marcus Semien, a solo blast. 3-1 A's. Hey, when you're at the game this Friday against the Dodgers, make sure to stop by the Mariners' favorite thing, silent auction on the main concourse. There you can bid on baskets that include autographed items, game-used gear, and a collection of each player's favorite items. All proceeds go to benefit Mariners Care. Heck, I donated a basket to that one. Got one of my Dave Sims hats, a couple of books, some of my favorite sweets. Mike, you'll appreciate that.
Yep.
There's Nelly.
Chocolate something, I'm sure.
Yeah, there was something in there, yeah. Favorite spaghetti sauce? Cruz, Span, and Seager against Mike Fiers. Off the end of the bat. Matt Olson right there. One away.
Now batting, number 4.
Here's Denard Span, grounded out to second. You get a play, you're in the dugout. You see a play, the Lowry play, the comebacker knocks your guy, knocks your ace, knocks him out of the ball game. What's the responsibility of leadership in the dugout? I'm not talking about the coaches or that kind of stuff.
Right.
What about the players? I mean, how do they handle something like that?
I think, again, everybody at the point is you're shocked by it, obviously, and you're disappointed once you see him walk off the field, and then you hope that he's going to be okay. And you think about all these different things, scenarios that's happening. But I think once Felix was on the mound, he had extra time to get loose. I think at that point you regroup as a collective unit, and I think that more than anything, it's one of the reasons why you like having veteran ball players on your team is you can't do anything about any of that now. You have to concentrate again, and that's the type of chatter that they'll have in the dugout, Span being one of them.
A lot of veteran guys. Cruz, Cano, Seager, Segura. Here's the ball hit to right center field. Piscotty on his horse, not going to get it. Extra bases for Span, all the way to the fence, and he'll hold with a double. That'll bring Kyle Seager to the plate as the tying run. Double for Span. It's his 17th on the season and his 10th as a Mariner.
Now batting.
He's going to get a pitch right in the middle of the plate.
Seager.
Drives it into the gap. Piscotty robbed Seager his first time up against the wall, but not able to get to that line drive. So now a chance for Kyle to drive in a run.
Fiers 33 years old, born in Hollywood, Florida. Chance to get to him right here. Strike one to Kyle. StatCast AI powered by AWS. Lowry, the second baseman, backed up 15 paces on the grass, right center field. Span pretty good speed at second. Check that. That's Lowry up the middle, and Simeon is out in short right field. Seager 5 for 14 with a homer against Mike Fiers. Fiers with 7-6 with Detroit, 21 starts, a 3.48 ERA. Before coming over here to the A's. 1-1.
Another look at the fastball up in the zone. Part of the Mariners scouting report on Fiers to try to get him down. He likes to pitch at the top of the strike zone and get some weak contact. Lazy fly ball outs.
One to Kyle. Strike two.
EQC Tracer, a couple of quality strikes on the outside corner.
So as I look at the way the A's have deployed Chapman, third baseman, he just backed up. Just a couple of bases from being on the grass on the left side. 1-2 pitch.
He was playing in early in the at-bat. Kyle actually showed bunt his first time up. Ended up taking the pitch and then lined out to right. Defensive setup.
One-two here to Seager. Simeon's there to throw him out. Over to third goes Span. With 2 outs. Coming up tomorrow, CenturyLink tells us what's next. At a daytime tilt, noon, we're on the air. Mike Leake goes against Brett Anderson. Brett Anderson, over the years, we've seen a lot of him. It's his second tour of duty with the Athletics. Mike Leake going for his 9th win.
Mike Zunino with a double his first time up. Double off the wall out in left center field.
They overload the left side of the infield for him. Just leave Olson the only guy on the right side. Zunino with the double, his 10th of the year. See in the outfield, they're pretty deep. A couple steps towards the left. One, two.
Couple of fastballs in on his hands. Last fastball at 91. That's about tops for him. On average this year at 89.
That hit off the umpire did Lucroy turning around concerned. Oh, it looks like he's going with the soft old school cap, no hard hat. Maybe he's got some kind of insert. I hope he does have some kind of insert in there. Team holding the first wild card spot, the Yankees 4-1 win at home against Tampa Bay. Boston beat Philly 2-1 in Philly. Zunino swings through. Runner stranded at third. We go to the home fourth. A's lead at 3-1. Baseball on Root Sports is brought to you by Safeco Insurance. Find a local agent at safeco.com. Do more. By Steel. To find your local Steel dealer, visit steeldealer.com. And by Country Financial. When it comes to planning for your future, start with simple steps today at countryfinancial.com. Early morning here in the Bay Area. Looking at the Golden Gate Bridge. One of the iconic symbols, not only of the Bay Area, but of the US of A. We're over in Oakland, where the Mariners trail 3-1. How about this one? Bottom 9, Colorado 5-1 lead at the Astros. The Astros just 3 hits tonight. Colorado 5 runs on 12 hits. Yankees have won, the Red Sox have won. Here's Matt Olson, followed by Chad Pinder and Stephen Piscotty. 0-2.
Olson into a double play. His first time up, it was Canada that started the game at first base and was hitting 5th in the lineup. But once the pitching change happened, they put Olson in the game.
Here's D. Gordon going to Robbie Cano. 1 down.
Fairly routine play, but I think there's something to keep in mind, and that is with Robinson Cano over at first base. You have to remember, he's played in the middle of the infield his entire career, and your first instinct is to go try to get the ground ball, but instead he knew exactly where D was playing and went and covered first, as opposed to going to make the backhanded play, which would have been a more difficult play with Felix covering. Turns it over to D. Gordon. No problem. And I think that's one of the things that is hard. You're so used to doing things a certain way, and then you make a change as far as your position goes. And that was one of the things that I talked about before the game today, just getting used to that and knowing where D is. And I'm sure that D is talking to him all the time, but the communication part of it before the play ever happens is going to be important. Not an easy thing to do when your instinct tells you to go get the baseball.
Scott Service today stressed for at least the second time. He said, listen, Robbie's going to be moving around. He's going to make mistakes. Got to live with it. Move along. And we accept that. And just bounce back from it. Just keep trying to make plays.
Well, I think the one thing, it's a different position for him, and the one thing that you don't have to worry about is he's still going to catch the ground ball over there, handle the pop-ups, make the throws, but it's all the other things where instincts for him, what he's done in his entire career, is different from being the cutoff man in certain situations to that play right there. Your instinct is to go get the baseball. He made a decision right away, and it was because he knew where D was at. All those things come into play.
He's going to have a different angle on the pop-ups, too. But with D's range, going to bail him out. Segura getting some lot of opportunities here tonight. 2 down. Cheer on the team, then round your way to home with a Sound Transit Day Pass. Learn more at soundtransit.org. Pulling into Fort Baker under the Golden Gate Bridge. Morning fog. Not a surprise to see that. Good day, good time to get the pooch out for a walk. High drive, left field. Bounces off the wall. It's off the bat of Stephen Piscotty. A double. His 30th of the season.
Great effort by Span out in left field, tracking the fly ball. In this ballpark, you've probably noticed it's difficult at times. 85 miles an hour. I think that was a changeup up in the zone, Primera Supremo. But there's some shadows out there, which makes it difficult to see where it hits. Here's a better look at it. Just over the top of his glove.
Breaking ball for a strike to Jonathan Lucroy, the catcher. He lined out right center to Cameron Maben. Popped up. Plenty of room. Who's going to get it? Zanino's under in. He's there. Nice play. No runs, a hit, no errors, and a man left. 4 complete here in Oakland. It's the A's 3-1. Well, we started the night with multiple headlines, but now we've got a headline that tops all of those. Take you back to the first inning. Here's James Paxton taking a line drive off his forearm off the bat of Jed Lowry, and that was a hideous sign right there. They couldn't even, and you could hear that sound right there. He couldn't even make a play on it, didn't want to. In major pain.
Well, initially when the line drive hits you like that, your instinct is to go pick up the baseball, and about halfway to it, he knew he was in trouble, and that is not a good sign out of the game immediately.
Here's Maben ripping one. Left field. Gone. Home run. Cameron Maben. 3-2 ball game. Cameron Maben's first home run as a Mariner in his 12th game. A good start to this 5th inning. A line drive off the bat of Cameron Maben. For the season, his 4th home run. He hit 3 in Miami. We take a look at our Coors Light refreshing finish. Good swing on this.
Aggressive on the fastball. First pitch fastball right in the middle of the plate. Barrels it up. Line drive. On a pretty good show during batting practice today. I was on the field watching him. D aggressive also on the first pitch for Maben. He has hit safely now in 11 of 12 games with the Mariners.
Good pickup. 389 feet, 105 on the exit velo, and low flying object, 19 degrees. So good for Cameron Maben, discussing with Ryan Healy. Healy 0 for 3 last night. Had gone 2 for 4 in his previous game. 1 2 here today. He had a soft liner to the first baseman Olsen. One two to Gordon. And fires Fields, underhand flip. 1 away. Here's what Maben did. This was very impressive.
Full extension, a lot of leverage in that swing. Exit velocity at 105. That's on a line, 389 feet.
So a 3-2 ball game. You see Maben check that box with his first Mariner home run. Here's Mitch Haniger for the 3rd time. Open the game on a 0-1 pitch, doubling to left on the left field line. Second time up, flied out to center. Did not go as they check with Quinn Wolcott. 1-1.
It's difficult. Talked a lot about the high fastball from Fiers tonight, and talking to Edgar and him telling the guys to try to get the ball down in the zone. It's not as easy as it sounds. First of all, his fastball 89-90. So in today's game, not overpowering at all. If you look at his delivery, he's right over the top, so you really see it well out of his hand, and it looks as if it's going to be about belt high, and it ends up at the top of the strike zone, which makes it more difficult. So you really have to try to get him down, work hard to get him down in the zone.
A little wrinkle on that one, 2-2.
Yeah, he has a pretty good cutter that he will use often, along with the split.
A run in, 1 out, and a 2-2 pitch to Haniger. Couldn't stay off it. 3rd strikeout for Fiers. This just in, Rockies 5-1 at Houston. They'll play again tomorrow night down in Houston. Standings up to the 2nd. Athletics and the Mariners pick up a half a game. As we mentioned, the Yankees, they won earlier against Tampa Bay. That was in the Bronx. Here's Robinson Cano, and you gotta like this, Mike, what he talked about before the game. My goal is to focus on the team, not what people will be saying. He'll be hearing a lot as he sends this one deep to right center field. Mariano right there on the track to make the catch. Home run by Maben, the highlight of the Mariners' 5th. They draw closer. It's 3-2 A's. on Root Sports is brought to you by Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance. And by Columbia Winery. Join the Mariners and Columbia in supporting and celebrating Washington Wine Month this August. A lot of beautiful neighborhoods here in the Bay Area. Beautiful sunshine afternoon earlier. As we welcome you back to Oakland, swing and a miss by Laureano leading off here in the home fifth. Laureano, Simeon and Chapman 9-1-2 against Felix Hernandez on in relief of James Paxton. Laureano struck out his first time up. Marcus Simeon a home run against Paxton in the first, and then a 2-run shot third inning against Felix off the bat of Jed Lowry, the same guy who hit the liner that sent Paxton out of the ballgame. That got his attention. I think without question the leader in that department on the Mariner Ball Club in terms of straightening guys up is Alex Colomé, who's been sensational out of the bullpen. There you go, Paxton. Hit on the left forearm by a Lowry liner. So what was an 0-2 turns into a 3-2. Count for Laureano.
For Felix tonight, he's had a good fastball and pretty good movement on it too. Good run on that last fastball underneath his hands, right on the inside corner. It was a strike. EQC tracer, typical of Felix, pitching down in the zone.
Through the hole. Base hit. That pitch got up a little bit up, more up than he wanted. Laureano jumped on it. Now to the top of the order, and Simeon, home run and a ground out. Good backhand by Zunino, ball one. Love to see the Mariners bounce back, get a win here tonight, capitalize on the Houston loss thanks to the Colorado Rockies, a 5-1 win. Colorado started the day a game off the pace behind Arizona, tied with the Dodgers. Slow roller, Seager.
No chance. Simeon, the leadoff hitter, runs well. Kyle was playing deep at third, and just a swinging bunt. Did not have a play.
First 2 men have reached here in the 5th inning.
That'll be an infield hit. For Kyle, he knows he has to get rid of it quickly if he's going to have a play, and that little bit of a bobble right there ended the play for him. That's the right thing. Not try to throw it. Well, hitter though with Matt Chapman coming up.
He had it in his palm and it rolled right into the Webby. Couldn't make a grab on it. As you look at Chapman, strikeout, walk, run scored. 3 for 5, 3 doubles last night. Chance of going around the horn. There's one, there is 2. Beautiful. Let's take a look at our Columbia Bank difference of the game. You bet. In fact, that Jed Lowry got out of bed today's the difference. Liner off of Paxton, then a 2-run homer off of Felix.
Now, first pitch curveball at 78 miles an hour. Felix just trying to steal a strike early in the count with a couple of outs and a runner on first. But for Lowry, it's a home run. He's having a great year. 19 home runs on the year for him.
And career blast number 100. 1-1. 2-0. A little bit bigger crowd tonight, 17,419. Last night, 10,400. They may not draw big numbers, but they are vocal. Felix behind 2-0.
I like that he didn't give in to him. Or Lowry, he's been hot against the Mariners this year, having one of his better years all around. I mentioned the 19 home runs. He also has 76 RBIs on the year. Not much of a bargain on deck with Davis. A few more holes to pitch to, especially since Felix was behind in the count. There you go.
Ground ball to D. Gordon. Cano first. Takes care of the wide throw. Inning over. No damage, no runs, 2 hits, no errors, and 1 left. To the 6th. 1-run lead for Oakland. Here in Oakland. We'll be back in a couple of weeks for some more action. Mariner fans, save time and money when you use the Link Light Rail to come to your next Mariners game. It's both affordable and convenient with Safeco Field, just 15 minutes from the UW station and 33 from Angle Lake. For more information, visit mariners.com/go. Dave Sims, Mike Flowers, Root Sports Crew, glad to have you with us. As Ryan Buchter is heating up in the pen for the Athletics. Their only left-hander. Here's Segura. Gene tonight is grounded out to second, bounced into a double play.
Myers hasn't really thrown that many pitches, 63 pitches so far tonight. His previous outing against the Dodgers, though, he only threw 78. He went 5 1/3, 78 pitches. To that critical point in the ball game, we've talked about it with the A's. They're the only team in Major League Baseball when they've had a lead after 7. They've won every game. The only team that has done that. We saw some of those arms last night. In fact, we saw most of them. So, Mariners offensively need to get something going.
That number is rather ridiculous, isn't it? 49-0 lead after 7. Piscotty towards the line. Foul ball.
We saw Trinan last night. His average fastball at 97. He hit 99. Trevino also was throwing hard. Familia
couldn't find it.
He was the one that struggled. Yeah,
couldn't find it. I mean, he
able to take advantage of 3 walks from him.
He gave it to him, and they took it. I'm still, I won't say stunned, but my eyebrows raised that Manaea was taken out at 85, 86 pitches, whatever it was.
It wasn't 89 pitches.
Wasn't a lot of hard contact. 89, 61
over 150 innings for the year, and you just mentioned the numbers for their bullpen. I think Bob Melvin, that's all he's looking for from any of his starters, to just try to get it to that pen. Unfortunately, I don't think he was thinking that Trinan was going to have to pitch in the game. the Mariners fought back and made it really close. So Treinen had to get loose.
Pagan came in, gave up a base hit, and an RBI single took him out. Trevino came in. Familia then Treinen. 2-2 to Gene. Full count. Segura, Cruz, and Span here in the 6th. Home run by Cameron Maben, leading off the 5th. It's drawn the Mariners to within 1. Mariners got on the board first. Bloop single, right field, Nelly Cruz. Simeon answered on a 2-2 pitch, leading off the home first. Then in the 3rd, the man aboard, 2 outs, a 2-run homer by Lowry. Just got enough of that to keep the AB alive. Gene 4 for 5 last night.
A couple of ground outs so far this evening, and Fires in this at bat, pitching him inside. A couple of breaking balls off the plate away, down and away, but then comes right back with a good fastball in on his hands.
Gene starting the night 1 hit behind JD Martinez, 144 hits, 2nd in the league. Bouncing ball, foul.
It'll be interesting to watch Scott's service and how he manages his club the rest of the way. And Cano is hitting 2nd in the lineup today. Segura stays in that 3 spot. He's been swinging the bat well, so you can certainly understand why, but I think it's going to really be a day-to-day thing for Scott and how he handles all of his players now that Robbie is back.
That is a fantastic storyline, no question about it, but it's further complicated by losing Paxton tonight. And hopefully it's just for 1 game. Swing and a miss. 4th strikeout.
Pretty good battle. 9 pitches to put him away. Eventually, after all those fastballs inside, puts him away with a slider off the outside corner.
Number 23, Nelson Cruz.
Wrap up this series with a day tilt tomorrow. Mike Leake goes against Brett Anderson. Look forward to having you with us. Our coverage pregame show begins at noon. Mike Leake is 1-1 with a 3.13 ERA career against the A's. Here's Nelly. Oh, that came out his shoes. Another big swing and a miss.
Well, I think for myself, this is what I like about Nelson Cruz. He's aware of the situation and what's going on and what his job is. So first couple of pitches, he was looking to try to hit a ball out of the ballpark. We have to try to get him down in the strike zone now.
0-2 pitch.
Good breaking ball.
Got him on 3 pitches. Well, some better news just announced here that Paxton had some x-rays. They proved to be negative. He's got a left forearm contusion.
Number 4, Denard Span.
It's not broken. That doesn't say it doesn't hurt like the Dickens.
And we won't know how long he will be out, if at all. We'll have to wait and see probably how the inflammation goes in his forearm. We'll probably have to wait and know more tomorrow, but at least it's not a broken arm, because it did not look good at all.
I mean, the first sign, you know, the pain here, Span. Pain was intense when, like you said, he made a move. His shoulder.
The adrenaline makes you make the move.
Right.
Being an athlete makes you make the move, and then all of a sudden, that pain will hit you, and he wasn't about to pick the baseball up.
And he wouldn't have been able to do anything with it had he been able to pick it up. That was scary.
Span with a double his last time up. Line drive into right center field. He's 1 for 2.
Denard's 10th double since joining the Mariners back on May 25. Fires changed at arm angles there, 1-2. Fires has struck out 3 of the last 4 men that he's faced. He's 1-2 here. Nice job by Span to get a piece of that. Straight up in the infield and outfield for Span. 1-2 pitch. Sharply right to Matt Olson. Takes it himself. Mariners go in order in the 6th.
Still trailing 3-2.
By authority of the Seattle Mariners, it may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form, and the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the Seattle Mariners. So Scott Service tonight loses James Paxton to a left forearm contusion. He brings Felix Hernandez in, his first career relief appearance, and Robbie Cano's back on the ball club. Bill Kruger joins us right now. Left-hander, what are your thoughts on Felix coming out of the pen so far?
Bill, do you think that maybe there's a possibility that that may have helped him a little bit just because he didn't have the time to start thinking about things, warming up in the pen? It was all of a sudden unexpectedly, here's a phone call, and next thing you know, the jacket comes off and you're running out to the middle of the diamond. Yeah.
Now batting, 28, Matt Olson.
That's an excellent point. I like how you described the situation being on fire. In terms of his psyche moving forward, I mean, he gets over the depression being sent to the bullpen, which, you know, he didn't want that to happen. This got to be tremendously uplifting. Good point there. Here's Haniger giving chase. Can't get it. Gets off the wall. Gets away from him. Olsen can run. He shuts it down right there as Haniger throws a seed to third base, the leading assist man in the American League. A double for Olsen. 1 out here in the 6th. Bill, thanks for your insight. Some good stuff, and we'll catch you on Mariners post game with Angie Mente.
For Olsen, he squares it up. That's the changeup. Felix leaves it up in the zone, 85 miles an hour, right in the middle of the plate. Unfortunately, it was a line drive. Wasn't able to get it up in the air. That would have been a home run. Olsen has 22 home runs on the year, but a solid double for him.
Twenty-third double of the season for Olsen. 1 out here in the 6th. Brings up Chad Pinder. 0-1 to him. Pinder 0 for 2 with a fly to right, ground out to short. Good movement on that pitch.
Good slider. Seems that he's used his slider a little bit more this evening. Typically he'll stay with his curveball and changeup. They also have a lot of right-handers in the lineup because James started the game.
Bounce foul past Matt Williams, the third base coach. There's Matt, great player, great third baseman. San Francisco Giants. His prime years with that ball club was with Arizona, managed the Washington Nationals. The 0-2. Swing and a miss, struck him out. Felix's second strikeout, 2 down here in the 6th.
And this is going to be the changeup. Tremendous movement on the changeup. Changeup tonight has been about 85 miles an hour. You can see Zunino was set up on the outside corner, but still swings right over the top of it underneath his hands.
Stephen Piscotty off the wall, a double last time up in left field. First pitch strike. Bounce foul. Nick Vincent heating up. Felix has been on since 1 out in the 1st inning.
He's at 84 pitches now.
Down the line, that will get fouled.
And Scott Service also aware of the numbers for the A's bullpen. Once you get past the 7th inning, you see the Mariners 1 for 7. Runners in scoring position. The A's are 0 for 5. The Reds are on a couple of home runs tonight. Really wants to keep the score right where it's at. The offense a chance to either tie it or get the lead.
Ball and 2 strikes. Felix trying to put an end to the A's 6th. Brad Olson, runner at second. 1-2 pitch. Zunino's going to take care of it. Well done. So Felix gets out of a little bit of trouble here in the sixth. That might be it for him for tonight. Mariners trail 3-2. Kyle Seager, Mike Zunino, Cameron Maben coming up. Here in Oakland, California, as we get ready for the seventh inning. Mike fires his night done after 6 innings of work. Mike
threw the ball well again for the A's. 6 innings, 6 hits, a couple of runs. They were earned. Didn't walk anybody. 5 strikeouts. He threw 78 pitches.
A's go to their only left-hander, Ryan Buchter.
Petit is getting loose, so this will probably be the only hitter for him. Well, in your 34 appearances, 3.51 ERA, 29 strikeouts and 25 2/3. Opponents hitting .250 against him. Fastball, cutter, curveball. Let's average fastball at 92 miles an hour.
31-year-old out of Reading, Pennsylvania. 33rd round pick of the Nats in 05. 4 years in the big leagues, one with Atlanta, San Diego, 17 season with San Diego and Kansas City. First year with Oakland. Kyle tonight took one deep to the wall, caught by Piscotty and then thrown out by Simeon. Lowry getting him this time. One away, and Bob Melvin, two-time manager of the year, once with Arizona in 07, the A's in 2012, is going to make a pitch and change. Bringing a right-hander to face Mike Zunino and Maben. 3-2 Athletics. Seattle Mariners baseball on Root Sports is brought to you by Jack in the Box. Try something different, like Jack's Teriyaki Bowls, only at Jack in the Box for a limited time. By Money Tree, proud to make a donation to Mariners Care for every Mariners win. By CenturyLink, connecting you to the power of the digital world. And by BNSF Railway, sponsor of the BNSF Blast. Clouds moving back in here at the Coliseum in Oakland. Dave Sims, Mike Flowers, Root Sports crew. 3-2 lead for the Athletics. Here's Yusmeiro Petit. First pitch to Mike Zunino. Strike one.
Fastball at 89 miles an hour. Cutter, curve, changeup. Well, he'll move the ball around 55 appearances this year. He has worked a lot for the A's and Bob Melvin. A 3.22 ERA, 60 strikeouts, over 13 walks. Opponents hitting .229. He has given up 10 home runs this year. Mike with a double in the ball game. Double into left center field back in the second inning.
Teed out of Maracaibo in Venezuela. Delivers to Zunino outside. Mike is 1 for 4. It was a home run against Petit. Mariners got a home run, 5th inning. Leading off was Cameron Maben. That made it a 3-2 ball game. Ground ball down to Chapman. Two outs. And here comes Maben. Struck at his first time in a line drive homer in the 5th into the left field stands, and steps out there. 1-1 game after the first inning. Bloop single, RBI, Nelly Cruz, home run by Marcus Semien. In that first inning, Jed Lowry line one off of the forearm, left forearm of James Paxton. He's underwent x-rays that proved to be negative. He's got a left forearm contusion. Felix Hernandez, he gave up a 2-run homer in the 3rd to Jed Lowry.
Nick Vincent getting loose again in the pen. So Felix is probably done.
That's hit well center field towards the 400 mark. And a heck of a catch out there by Ramon Laureano. Maben made a bid to tie this game up. Didn't get enough. Laureano, fine running catch as the Mariners retired in order in the 7th. We go to the home 7th here in Oakland. 3-2 A's. What you can do with the win from Washington's lottery play today. Hey, good look at Championship Plaza where they have all the food trucks, and if they keep panning to the left, you're going to see Izzy's Real Philadelphia cheesesteaks. I went there to see the proprietor, a young man named Melvin. Where's he from? San Francisco. He does get the rolls from Philadelphia. I said, hey, big test here, pal. I'm from Philly. You got to do this right. He did it right. And I hadn't had a cheesesteak in about 10 years. Almost like being at home. So I'll give him a little Melvin and his sisters. Get a little plug there. They did a nice job. A lot of Mariner fans on hand. Nick Vincent takes over here in the home 7th. First pitch, Lucroy sends it towards Mariner pin, where Henniger makes the play in foul territory, went out.
Thought Felix really threw the ball well tonight. Difficult situation to get your first relief appearance in, but he settled in quickly. Nick Vincent will take over. His average fastball, 89, 90 miles an hour, cutter at 87, and a slider. There's something else here in this ballpark in the evening. You mentioned the clouds. It's cooled down quite a bit. That ball that Maben hit the center field tomorrow afternoon, that is going to hit the wall out there. Leave the ballpark. Ball carries much better in the daytime.
Exploded off his bat. I know when I see him tonight, he'll still be mumbling about it. Grumbling, I don't blame him.
It's like Fernando Rodney getting loose in the pen for the A's.
There's a young man that made the catch of the ball hit by Maben Laureano. Strikeout, base hit to left. Nick looking good here tonight. Good bounce back for him. You had to feel for him on Sunday. Mariners come back and win at 4-3, but in the 8th gives up a bloop to Bregman and a check swing RBI to Correa. Gives up a couple of runs. 2/3 of an inning, 2 hits and a run, and he was just crestfallen, but it was so great to see the Mariners come back and win that game. Two absolute bleeders beat him. Top of the order, here's Simeon.
It's a cruel game at times. Made some good pitches, but it didn't work out for him, especially the check swing.
Oh. Yeah, Correa, he hit it through the hole on the right side.
Simeon with a couple of hits, including a home run, gives us a charge out to center.
Nice crisp inning for Nick Vincent. 1, 2, 3. Go the A's. Here comes the 8th. 3-2 A's. Home look. It's Mariner fan with, hopefully next year this time Edgar Martinez will be in Cooperstown at the National Baseball Hall of Fame and Museum. 3-2 lead for the A's, the second game of 3. Time now for our Lowe's whole team together. About the slugging percentage in the 7th inning or later. Huge numbers put up by Mitch Haniger. Chris Herman, Mike Zunino, Ryan Haley, Nelly Cruz.
Mitch will hit second in the inning. D. Gordon going to lead things off against Fernando Rodney.
Fernando, 16 years in the bigs on his 10th team. All-star with the Mariners in 14 and 48 saves, led the league.
Fernando Rodney. Fastball, changeup, his average fastball this year at 94 miles an hour. He's not trying to locate on the corners. It's just a guessing game between his fastball and his changeup. 48 appearances on the year, ERA just under 3.
Fernando, 41 years old, came over from the Minnesota Twins. For Dakota Chalmers, a minor leaguer, back on August 9th. D. Gordon, Haniger, and Cano. D 0 for 2. And always wears the cap to his left, way to his left, in honor of his dad, who worked in the hot sun down in his native land, the Dominican Republic.
Indeed, thought that pitch was inside. EQC Tracer had it on the corner.
Got a battle here, 2-2.
Pretty good changeup, able to lay off of it.
D 0 for 2 against Rodney.
Should get a fastball to hit. Rodney doesn't want to walk him, trying to protect a 1-run lead, so might get a good pitch to hit for D.
Right on time, right on cue. Mike, good call. Base hit. Tying runs aboard, good speed. D. Gordon.
Well, he was really excited during batting practice today. Again, he was a scratch yesterday, but said his shoulder felt a lot better today. He was able to square it up, gets a pitch in the middle of the strike zone, lines it into right field.
Yes, indeed. Tying runs aboard.
One of the hot hitters, Mitch Haniger. It's 1 for 3 with a double and a scored a run.
Rodney doesn't have much of a move. Third man out of the pen tonight. Haniger, first inning double. Third inning fly to center. Fifth inning struck out on a 2-2 pitch. D runs. What a break.
Great jump.
Luke Clark. Got him.
He thought he was in there.
If that stands, 19 caught stealing. 197, the most since 2010.
That's a great jump. It's probably one of the best throws we're going to see with Lucroy. That is right on the money. Not going to do it much better than that. Fortunately, Primera Supermo, Lowry's going to put the tag. The throw takes him right into the sliding Gordon.
Did he get him there?
It's hard to tell.
Yeah, that hand.
But the good news is he doesn't stay with the tag. Take another look at it.
Can't really tell if he contacts him there. I don't think he did until the hand was on. I think he's safe.
It's close. D thought he was safe. But then Lowry pulls the glove away, and he loses contact with the base, but able to get back to it because Lowry didn't stay with the play. So that might be the difference. D making the call and then puts his foot back on the base.
I agree with
another
D.
look at it.
I don't think he contacted him there.
So about right there, but it looks like his hand is already on the base. His fingers,
Correct.
you can see the impact when he hits it, but I think his fingers are there first.
I agree.
And you can see he loses contact with the base right there, but clearly Lowry's no longer tagging him, loses contact with them. This might be a better look. He's blocked out by his feet.
I think that hand's in there.
I think so too. You can see the contact right there. I think his hand was in there. And again, he doesn't stay with the play. That might be the difference.
Yep. Tell you what, he got a sick jump, and the throw by Lucroy was fantastic.
He was rid of it quickly, had something on it.
Sean Barber, second base umpire.
What a big play in this game.
Mariner pin, Alex Colomé, Adam Warren heating up. Houston has lost. The Yankees have won.
Scott Service looking at the big screen. They're showing the replays up there.
And I think
this might be a better look. Diving towards the outside part of the base, what you want to do. There's the throw. It's just a perfect throw.
I still think he's safe. Boy, Lucroy, great footwork, terrific throw.
Yeah, with the jump that he had, I really didn't think there was going to be a play at second, but everything was perfect on the part of the A's.
By the time that shirt gets ruffled, that hand is on there. You know, and you mentioned it, and it's so obvious right there. So many times, I know Robbie does it, D does it. They keep it on there. Let's see. Oh! Out 2-4. 2:21 on the review, the time of the review. Call stands. The 1 out here in the 8th as Haniger goes against Fernando Rodney. 0 for 1 against Fernando. Count at 1-1 to the Mariner leadoff batter.
There are the numbers for the Athletics, what they've been able to do when leading after the 7th. Adam Warren, Alex Colomé both getting loose in the pen for the Mariners.
Cano's on deck for the Mariners here in the 8th. There's that Rodney changeup. 2 balls, 2 strikes to Haniger. 1 for 3 night for him. 3 runs on 7 hits for the Athletics. 2 runs, 7 hits for the Mariners. Mariners have left 3 men on base. 4 for the A's. Pitch, swing, and a miss. Strikeout. And Haniger 2 down.
And that's exactly what Rodney is going to do. Back and forth with the fastball and changeup. Second strike was on the changeup, and then 95 miles an hour at the top of the strike zone. And it was a strike.
Number 22, Robinson Cano.
There's the fastball at 95. It's tough to cover both of those pitches.
First pitch to Cano, ball 1. Robbie in his first game back since May 13th. 1 for 3.
Look good at bat. Solid line drive into left center field and a deep fly ball out to center.
Out 80 games, 81 counting the 1 extra game he missed. The PED suspension, 80 games. Did the crime, did the time. He's back, ineligible for the playoffs. Going to get it. And you and I talked about that yesterday. You said you made a lot of plays at that tarp, and a fine effort there by Chapman, and that's a big out to end the 8th inning. Chapman never gave up on this. This is in the stands in I think 29 other ballparks, and that'll do it for the Mariners in the 8th. We trail 3-2. one-run game here in Oakland, getting late for the Mariners too. Friday through Sunday. Mariners welcome the reigning National League champion LA Dodgers to Safeco Field for a weekend slate. You're going to see a star-studded series that includes Clayton Kershaw, Matt Kemp, Nelson Cruz, James Paxton, and more. For tickets, visit Mariners.com. What a play by Chapman, who just ended the Mariners' 8th inning with a catch leaning over the tarp to end the at-bat for Robbie Cano. So Chapman leads off against new pitcher Adam Warren.
Adam fastball slider. His fastball in the low 90s. Overall 30 appearances on the year. ERA under 3 at a 2.86. 40 strikeouts with 34 2/3. Opponents hitting .229 against Adam. Like Trinan getting loose in the pen for the A's. Hard throwing right-hander.
Trinan got the save last night. His 31st. 1-1. Chapman swing. A foul back. Chapman, Lowry, and Davis 2, 3, 4 in the order for the Athletics. Mariners led briefly 1-0 top of the first, and Cruz bloop single to right. Scored Haniger and led off the game with a double. Marcus Semien tied it home first, then a 2-run homer off of Felix by Jed Lowry. Mariners had another run in the 5th, home run by Maven. 2-2 pitch here. Maven taking a look. He's on the track. He gets a fence. And it bounces around out there. And it's a double. Leaping attempt. He came up empty. And Chapman with another double. He had 3 doubles last night. And now another one this evening.
As a breaking ball leaves it middle. Trying to go off the outside corner to get him to chase it. Maven, great effort. He's missing a home run right there. So a break for the Mariners. Hits right off the side of the padding.
Here's Lowry. What a night. Liner off with the forearm of Paxton. Knocked him out of the game. 2-run homer off of Felix in the 3rd. They finally retired him in the 5th with a ground out to 2nd. Lowry backs up Maven. Chapman tags. He's going to get the 3rd. So 1 out, runner at 3rd for the Athletics here in the 8th, and that's going to bring up Chris Davis.
The A's are 0 for 7 with runners in scoring position tonight. Solo home run in the 1st by Semien, and a 2-run home run after a walk in the 3rd by Lowry. Mariners will have to bring their infield in.
Chris Davis, first time he and Warren facing off. Chris's walk, popped to 2nd, fouled out to Zunino. Ball 1. A's have won 3 consecutive games. They have a chance to pull to within a game of first place. Houston lost at home 5-1 to Colorado. Mariners hoping for a rally. They would like to gain a full game on Houston tonight. Chris Davis has a 2-0 count. Bottom of the 9th for the Mariners. Segura, Cruz, and Span coming up. Warren's got a big task in front of him here. 2-0 pitch. On for the downs there. Davis 3rd in home runs in the league with 34. 2nd in RBIs with 93 to J.D. Martinez.
His power is out over the plate. He has power to all fields. That slider off the plate away gets him to chase it.
Inside target from Mike. Swing and a miss.
I think that's a good pitch to him. 93 miles an hour. Pretty good fastball for Adam Warren. The location was excellent. Late swing from Davis.
One out runner at third here in the bottom of the eighth. 3-2 A's. Another big pitch here at 2-2. Struck him out. Big one. 2 down.
Good sequence from Mike Zunino. The last fastball, elevated fastball on the inner half of the plate. Mentioned it earlier, there's some holes in his swing, and well-located fastballs. Last 2 pitches to Davis. Here you go. You want the high target inside and a late swing.
Intentional walk to Olsen. Left-hand hitter. So 2 out, runners at the corners. They're going to go after Chad Pinder. Pinder's 0 for 3 tonight. Just back from the DL a week ago today. Warren trying to put an ending to this 8th inning. One. Broken bat, slow roller. Flip to D for the force. Well done. Here we go. Buckle up. 1-run game. Segura, Cruz, Span, 3-2 Athletics. Mariners last licks here in the 9th. It's a whole new ball game, everybody. RBI Baseball 18. This game delivers an all-new franchise mode and much more. RBI Baseball 18 is available now at RBIGame.com. Rated E for everyone. Blake Trinan is on in relief. He got the save last night. His 31st.
His average fastball at 97 miles an hour. Also has a slider to go with it. Mariners had a chance to see him last night. Middle of the order for the Mariners.
Pretty good heater for strike 1.
Segura, Cruz, Span are due up. 50 appearances, 31 saves. ERA 0.90 on the year. 82 strikeouts in 60 innings. Opponents hitting just 176. He's given up 1 home run this year.
Down the right field line. Piscotty long run. That is a foul ball.
98 on that fastball.
So Trinan Pitching for the third consecutive day. Second time in the last 3 weeks he's done that. He's third in saves in the American League. Eddie Diaz, 46. Craig Kimbrell with 35. Trinan with 31.
Heard Bob Melvin talking about it earlier today, and he was hoping to give Trinan the night off last night. After 7 innings, the A's were up 7-1. Didn't think he was going to have to use him, but eventually he had to go into the ball game to pick up the save.
0-2 to Gene. Heated him up at 98 and beat him. 1 out.
Now batting, number 23, Nelson Cruz.
Well, nothing fancy about it, just 98 in the middle of the plate. Gene a little bit late on the fastball. Primera Supermo.
Nelly had a good luck at Trinan's fastball last night. First couple of swings and misses, 2 fastballs, and struck out on a breaking ball to end the ball game. Cruz 0 for 5 against Trinan. Nelly with a bloop single RBI first inning, round out the first and a strikeout.
Well, Trinan giving up just the 1 home run, but that's what Nelson's going to try to do. He was looking for something to drive.
Chopper. 2 outs. The 2 down here in the ninth. There's Denard Span. Span with the double to right center in his second at bat. He's 1 for 3. Span 0 for 2 against Blake Treinen. Mariners 30 and 15 in 1-run games. A's with a higher percentage at 24 and 10 in 1-run games. Strike 1. Crowd energized. Crowd of 17,419. They've been scoreboard watching, and they know that Houston is in the clubhouse with a 5-1 loss. A's, they hold on and win this, will be a game out. Pitch from Trinan. Line drive, base hit. Tying runs aboard with 2 outs.
Second hit for Span, and he turns around 100 miles an hour. It's a fastball at 100, set up away, but it'll be middle in. He drops the barrel on it. Solid line drive, base hit for Span. I'll bring up Kyle Seager. Kyle, over the last week and a half, has really hit the fastball hard. Been able to turn it around. He's going to look for something middle to middle in.
He's 1 for 5 against Trinan. If he is ever going to hit another long ball, right now would be really good.
19 home runs on the year for Kyle.
2 outs. Seager represents the go-ahead run. Shift on against him, outfield deep. Slaps it the other way, base hit. Span will stop at second.
That fastball at 98.
No quit here. 2 outs, 2 on, down 1, and brings up Mike Zunino.
This pitch is off the plate away, and Kyle picks up a base hit on a line drive into left field.
Now batting.
So Seager with his second career hit off of Trinan.
Zunino was 1 for 3, a double back in the second inning, right in the middle of the fence out in left center field on a line. He has 17 home runs on the year. Tried to elevate the fastball to him tonight.
Span's at second, his first career against Trinan. And Mike Zunino looking for his first. So let's see what happens here. 2 out, 2 on. A lot of added drama here with 2 outs. First pitch to Zunino. Up the middle. Now he throws him out. game over. A's win their 4th consecutive game. 3-2 final. Take the series, first 2 games. And they pick up a full game on Houston. They're 1 game out in 2nd place in the American League West as the Mariners drop this decision here tonight.
A couple of tough games after that Houston series, winning all 4 in Houston, but here dropping the first 2 by 1 run in each of the games. And a lot of questions about James Paxton, who was hit by a line drive in the first. Felix Hernandez, his first relief performance, really pitched well tonight. And Robinson Cano, again, his first game back for the Mariners.
Back at you tomorrow at noon with our pregame show. Wrap up this series and then head home for the Dodgers in Houston. For Mike Blowers, I'm Dave Sims. Time now for Mariners postgame. Angie and Bill, it's all yours.